Titans are on a bit of a losing skid right now. Let's change the mojo, right? Let's get some good Tennessee vibes out into the YouTube metaverse by liking today's video. Hopefully we can get 300 or so likes on today's show, and that will rally the boys for this upcoming week. Coming up on today's show, the Titans made a roster move, so we're going to fill you in on that front. We're also going to look at the last 5 games for the Tennessee Titans and see where they stand in their playoff pecking order and playoff push. I am Matthew Peterson from Titans Today by Chat Sports, and let's get into the latest roster moves made by Robinson and Vrabel. So, Turin Davenport tweeting out the Titans signed outside linebacker Tarell Basham while placing Cody Hollister on injured reserve. So a roster spot opened up, and the Titans bring in Basham, who was released by the Cowboys last week. It's a former third-round pick in 2017 for the Indianapolis Colts. He did not last long in Indy. Then he kind of bounced around a little bit, was with the Jets for a period of time. Then he found a home with the Cowboys, signed a 2-year contract, and was ultimately released last week. And listen, anytime a player gets released very late in the season, probably has some signs of maybe not the best locker room fit. I don't know Basham on a personal level, but teams tend not to let players go that are a pretty good staple of a locker room culture. But in his career, he's had some good moments, no doubt about it. 77 career games played, 11 sacks, 69 tackles, and 5 forced fumbles. So it's not much of an issue with productivity for Basham. My guess is he may not have been a good fit for the Cowboys, and I heard a little rumor, a little birdie told me that Dallas might need a roster spot for some guy named Odell Beckham, something like that. I don't know. But Tarell Basham is newest member of the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans, they have been one of the most injury-plagued teams all season long, so not too surprising that they decide to bring in some reinforcements, bring in some depth on the defensive side. And with that being said, another Tennessee Titan goes to IR, just as I finished talking about being one of the more injury-plagued teams this year. Cody Hollister going to IR. Hasn't been super productive this year. Three grabs, 54 yards. Not ideal, though, right? Especially when you lost Treylon Burks to likely a concussion for, I don't know, the foreseeable future in my eyes. You don't want to lose more players at one position. Honestly, though, I do like the flyer of picking up Basham, seeing what he can do. Because the Titans, I don't think they're going to win playoff games by putting up 35 points. It's going to be through their defense. And if that's the case, they need to be locked and loaded. And they've already lost so much, right? Harold Landry, and the list goes on the defensive side. So I don't mind the idea of picking up some extra depth, having another man in that rotation to keep guys young and fresh entering the final stretch of the year. All right, grade the signing, though. 1 through 10. 10 being it's a home run, you love it, you're Tarell Basham's best buddy, and he's going to have an awesome time in the Music City. 1 being this is a complete dud of a pickup. He's going to be a non-factor for our team. Let me know in the comments section. Now, today's edition of Titans Today is brought to you by Fetch. Fetch is a super easy to use and free app that lets you earn rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt and you will earn points for your purchases. And the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. So let me show you how simple it is. All you do is open up the Fetch app, press the orange camera button and snap a photo of your receipt. Then hit submit and you'll see that confetti pop showing you that you've earned more reward points. It's a simple process. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. You can then redeem those points for gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, or any of the hundreds of other retailers and restaurants available. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android. Use our link, chatsports.com/fetch. Enter promo code chat at sign up for 5,000 bonus points when you scan your first receipt. That's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started. It's a free app, and those 5,000 bonus points, well, it's for a limited time only. So get started right now. Chatsports.com/fetch. Enter promo code chat. The link is also in the comments and the description of today's show. Let's look at this tweet from Jim Wyatt next. Mike Vrabel on left tackle Dennis Daley. Oh, this is right where I wanted to get to. Some plays where he's doing his job, but he can't get beat inside. Daley, who was traded, if you remember, early in the season, right before the season, from Carolina to Tennessee for a 7th-round draft pick, and no one really envisioned him being the starting left tackle, but it's gotten to that point, right? After Taylor Lewan went down, Daley was next man up, and according to PFF, he stinks. He stinks out loud, okay? Daley allowed 3 sacks on Sunday and 4 total pressures. And now I'm at the point of, I think we really have to be a lot more serious about the conversation of benching Dennis Daley and turning to Dylan Radunz, right? Who I thought filled in very nicely in that Packers game and has shown some belief of, you know what? This could be a routine starter for you. The Titans have been moving pieces around the offensive line, but I'd like to see Radunz try and find a home at left tackle because you know who's not the future at left tackle? Dennis Daley. The offensive line grades for PFF, they look like this. It's a big fat F on the left tackle spot, 50 overall for Daley. Brewer, 56.8. Ben Jones, one of the most underrated offensive linemen in football, in my opinion, 72.6. Nate Davis rocking a 70. And then the rookie, Nicholas Petit-Frere, 55.7. Not his best showing, but he's had some good games this season. I'm not really concerned about his play. All right, so the new starting left tackle, could it be LaRaven Clark? This is also another name to keep an eye on for, as the Titans are going to evaluate all of their options moving forward at the left tackle position. Again, Taylor Lewan going down is extremely unfortunate. In the NFL, you have to be too deep at every position pretty much because you shouldn't bank on injuries, but you shouldn't expect to have all 22 starters stay healthy for the entire season. All right, let me throw this question your way, though. Should Clark be the new starting left tackle? I'm going to go to Radunz. Let me know what you think. Yes or no in the comments section if Clark should be the new starting left tackle. By the way, whenever Titans news or rumors happens, we keep you up to date here on the channel. So subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're already subscribed, give me a Titan up in the comments section below so I can see where all the real Titans fans are at. Moving on here, let's look at the final stretch of the season. And that was a brutal loss, to be honest with you guys, this past Sunday. They got boat raced by the Eagles. I picked the Titans as my underdog. I thought they could, play a bit frisky, good frisky, surprise Philadelphia, who I think is a bit fraudulent at times. No, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, they defecated right down the Titans' throats here. But the AFC South standings, it benefited Tennessee that the rest of the teams lost. I mean, the Colts put up a stinker on Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. They are a non-factor. I don't see any way they catch fire at the end of the year. The Jags, only the Jags have like a maybe season, turning win coming around the corner against the Ravens, only to put up a bigger stinker the next week against the Lions. And the Texans are the worst team in football. The AFC playoff picture currently looks like this. The Titans winning the AFC South are in line to get the 4 seed. That would set them up on a date with the Bengals at the 5 seed. So a rematch of 2 weeks ago and last year's divisional round. So would be a familiar foe, no doubt about it. The remaining schedule for Tennessee. They've got some very winnable games coming up here to try and get out of that 4th spot and avoid the Bengals, okay? Although maybe it could be the Ravens if the Bengals win the AFC North. A lot of chaos could ensue. But the Jags, that should be a win, right? That has to be a win. The Chargers, they're unpredictable. You never know which Chargers you're going to get, but they have not been. They've been a little bit more all bark, no bite this season. The Texans, that's a win. I think you go minimum 2-1 in the stretch. Then the Cowboys and the Jags to round it out. I see 3 wins here. Even if you don't sweep the Jags, maybe you get 1-1 from the Jags and you steal, and Texans is a win, and you steal one from the Chargers or the Cowboys, although I don't know how much of a steal it is. They're pretty similar opponents. Now, I want to ask you guys what seed you think the Titans will end up getting. They're going to stay put at 4? Could you see them going on a run here at the end of the year? Maybe climb up to 3 or even 2, although the Bills and the Chiefs definitely feel like locks for 1 and 2 here. Personally, I'm going to go 4 seed. I think the Titans are a team that could lose out and still win the division at 7-10 and walk into the 4 seed. I could see them getting 2-3 more wins, finishing the year 10-7, and put on a collision course for probably the Bengals or the Ravens. The wild card's going to be a mess, so it's really hard to predict that right now. But that being said, if you enjoyed today's video, tighten up and subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the more Titans content you get, because that means more studio space for Titans Today here at Chat Sports. So help us out. Throw us a subscription if you have not already. It is completely free.